Hey guys, it is Jersey Girl. Okay, so I had to make sure that I gave you guys, time to go ahead and check out the intro and all that good stuff. And of course, it is already, what is it, 7:32. Okay, and we are getting started tonight. So let's just take a breather. Y'all know I really do like to go ahead and get started with some music, but tonight, we're not going to do no music tonight, y'all. You guys are just going to get an opportunity just to go ahead and see Jersey Girl just for a little bit. How about that? Is that okay? Just a little bit? So make sure that you guys are tuning in, liking, sharing, all that good stuff. I also need to make sure that I'm sharing on the Facebook page. So what am I going to do? One of the first things y'all know I need to do is do what? Go ahead and turn the volume down because I am so infamous for getting started and then like having my volume all the way up and then like, oops a daisy, I was supposed to go ahead and turn that volume down so then that way y'all weren't getting the feedback and everything. So yes, okay, so let's start tagging people. As y'all come in the room, make sure that you guys are tagging people to come on in the room. Say, hey y'all, come on now, Jersey Girl is on. Y'all got to get on in here. We got to get in here and have this conversation tonight about the missing link between clutter and trauma. And it is serious in these here streets. Okay, guys? Why do I say it's serious? Because it is. I'm going to tell you guys, we're going to get a little bit personal this year, okay? So welcome to 2022, okay? Welcome to 2022 with the one and only Jersey Girl, baby. And I'm going to be allowing you guys into my world a little bit more. I've been listening to the feedback, people, okay? I've been listening to the feedback, okay? Y'all want to know more about me. And, of course, y'all can be able to hear Pretty Ricky behind me, the mascot for Jersey Girl. Come here, Bubbles, because I got to make sure I take his collar off of him, because if not, y'all gonna hear all this knocking around. Outside of my bracelets, which you guys typically do get a chance to hear all the time, especially if I'm wearing them, I do try to take off his collar, so then that way you guys really can't hear him moving around and shaking like he do. But yeah, he's being a good boy. He has not been eating his food lately, y'all. And I must say that his nana, look, I'm gonna blame his nana. I'm gonna blame his nana. Really ain't her fault. But anyway, I'm gonna blame his nana for this guy been getting some table food. And he been getting real picky. He been getting brand new in 2022. How dare he? Okay. So if you guys have come in the room, make sure you say hey, introduce yourself to the other people in the room. Y'all already know how we do. Make sure that you say hello, introduce yourself. It's just like you coming into the living room. Don't walk into somebody's house and you don't greet them. Say, hey, how you doing? Snot, boo, pal, whatever the case may be. Just go ahead and make sure that you go ahead and like, subscribe, share to the YouTube channel as well. And then we are going to go ahead. I took off my bracelet, y'all, because we're going to do too much moving around. So I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys my undivided attention now that I've got Mr. Man squared away, okay? And I'm going to be showing you guys a PowerPoint presentation. Why is that? Because we're going to talk, and I want you guys to be able to actually see what it is that I'm talking about when I am discussing the link between trauma and clutter. So a little bit about Jersey Girl. I do not function well in a whole bunch of clutter, okay? Contrary to my belief when I was younger, okay? Listen, my sister Rhonda can be able to tell you we had so many battles, okay? With me and her being super duper organized and wanting everything clean all the time. In me, I was just like, I function really well. Like I have like a photographic memory, and I done already told y'all, sometimes that works out for the best, but a whole lot of times don't be working out so good for your girl, okay? So I try to get better at it. I really do. I do really try to get better at it. And so in me trying to get better at it, I just like to make sure that I'm being honest with where I am, okay? So my sister always liked to have things clean and, grew up with this mom that was a single parent for, some of my life, okay? And with that, my sister and I had to share a room. And because we did have to share a room, Rhonda was super duper clean. And I was just like, as she would say, you were just a pig, Lonnie. Because I would have stuff everywhere. But I can remember exactly where stuff was, like the position of stuff. It was upside down, turned over. If a leaf was, a corner was folded or something like that. And I can tell you go down so much and there's a yellow piece. So the details of it all, I could be able to tell you, no problem, okay? But here's what the problem was, okay? For my sister, this was a severe problem for her because she needed to have things organized. Okay. It may be a part of being that firstborn situation too, and me being the middle child. Okay. My mama had four. And so my sister, my brother, me, and then my baby brother. So technically, honestly, my older brother would be considered, the middle child because he's number two out of the four. But I think that I'm a middle child. Listen, and I think that a middle child will come up with that, wouldn't they? So with that being the case, there were a lot of things that would get on my sister's nerves about, me being just a mess with things. And so because I functioned that way, I thought that it was working out well for me, not realizing later on I would actually become very, I won't say anal, okay, but I would say that my sister rubbed off on me. Thank you, Rhonda. In regards to getting things organized. And that's actually a peace and a calm for me. And so what I want to be able to go ahead and pull up, you guys, is the PowerPoint presentation. I want to show you guys in regards to exactly what it is that hormone that is produced, let's put it like that, the hormone that is produced and released in the body. And it's actually called, when the brain experiences trauma, there is a stress hormone that is released that is called cortisol. Okay. And with cortisol, look, y'all, cortisol can be something very, very cray-cray, okay? Because even when you want to go to bed at night, those levels, because of the trauma that your brain has experienced, equates into restless nights. So there are a lot of times where you're not able to sleep that well at night because your cortisol levels are very high. And then it actually go ahead and it kickstarts other traumatic situations, okay, which in turn goes ahead and kicks up the stress levels all the more, okay? And so it just seems to be a running pattern over and over again. So some of the things that are affected does have a lot to do with your frontal lobe when it comes down to cortisol. And that is where your brain functions and effectiveness are found. Your memory, organization, ability just to do simple things like, maybe coming in the house and hanging your coat up, or, putting your keys in a particular location. I'm going to be honest with y'all here lately. I've been having a hard time. I'll put something down and I go to look for it and it's just like, it's not there. And I'm like, where the heck did it go? Look, I used to think when I was younger, it was the old people that did it. And it's just like, oh my gosh, how can they not remember? But literally, y'all, I'm just saying, it's been a challenge for you, girl. So with it being a challenge for me, I had to go ahead and take a look at some things for myself and taking a look to say, okay, the hidden link between clutter and trauma. What is that missing link? I know for me that when a lot of things are out of place, it's a whole lot of clutter. It is indicative of the mental state that I'm in. If stuff is everywhere, it's because stuff is baby everywhere. Okay. And there's no organization, that is not having me in the best space or mindset. So we're also going to be talking about our mind. It's 2022 and everybody's coming into the new year like, oh yeah, I want to get this body right, thinking of just the physical. But honestly, we also need to go ahead and take an inventory of our internal. Because it's what's down on the inside, baby, that is going to spill out on the outside. She preaching now, ain't she? Yes, she is. So we want to make sure that we are taking care of what is down on the inside. And I would have to say over the past couple of years here, there has been some internal work that has been going on and taking place. And I'm very happy and excited about this internal work that is taking place, and it is happening all at the same time. So mindset, getting our mind right. How do we begin to take a look at this clutter? Why? What traumatic incidents or incidents have taken place that could possibly contribute to it? Now, if you have little kids, please understand, okay? I know what that is, baby, okay? Look here. I had two of them. I was pregnant with my last one, and then my middle guy, his behind was still in pull-ups. The struggle was real, people, okay? So I can only imagine those mamas and daddies, with toddlers and infants, that are stair steps or even close to each other. please understand that clutter, disorganization is very well much a part of your natural everyday life. Okay. Till they but start getting big, going to school, and maybe you start get some things on track. So please don't feel that this is an attack or, something where you're saying, oh, okay, well, this is why. This is the stage that you're in right now. It doesn't mean that you're always going to be in this stage. But what I am wanting to be able to at least pull your coattails with at some point in time, when those kids do start getting, older, and the dynamics do start to change, if you still notice that this is something that is constant and consistent for you, it may be something that you need to go ahead and take a look at. So let Jersey Girl get a little bit personal here, shall we? We did say that 2022, I was going to be allowing you guys in. So trauma. What incident are we going to work with when we're talking about trauma? Exactly that. It could have taken place to begin the clutter situation. I'm just going to go back as far as I can remember and can recall, okay? Because I'm quite sure there are many in my family that can be able to recall different things. But I'm just going to talk about myself and my own experience, what I can recall right now. I remember there being a lot of us in the household at one time, okay? And it was just a lot of people, y'all, okay? It's a whole lot of jokers. And I didn't feel like I had a space of my own, okay? And stuff was just everywhere. But at the same time, I like to have my solace, okay? I like to be able to pull away, to go outside and get up in a tree and climb a tree. I got a story about that too, but I digress on that. So I like to be able to pull away and do different things. But then I also like being around my family. Like, listen, it was a lot of us out there in Morganville, okay? And it was great having my cousins and stuff and, doing different things, going to the creek, just, finding out that, the honeysuckles, baby, get the ones up top, not the ones on the bottom. Okay. So learning different things. I was a huge tomboy, needless to say. So, with me being a huge tomboy, I was always outside and engaging with people all the time. Family, most of the town was family, and or married into family or friends. And so constantly being around people all the time, everybody does stuff. So it didn't make a difference if a shirt was here or, papers here or, cans of this, that. It was just welcoming. Felt like home. So I didn't look at that as being a traumatic situation. It was just, what it was. But then there were some traumatic things that were happening to me during those time frames. And I kind of connected those two in there to say, wow, stuff was everywhere. Not everybody was always necessarily paying attention to what was going on all the time. So yeah, there was some trauma that took place, but it also felt like home at the same time. So that's the beginning of my clutter and the trauma. They went hand in hand. So I had memories and, the release of the endorphins during those time frames. So when you start talking about people that like to work out and it talks about, releasing those endorphins, it's like those high levels, and the happy feelings. I had happy memories during those time frames of constantly being around family and doing stuff and this, that, and the third. But then there were also some other dark things that were taking place at that time too. But they were all kind of lumped together. You know what I mean? So clutter, trauma, they were there all at the same time. So it felt comfortable. It felt like home. Fast forward a little bit, shall we? Get into the teenage years. Okay, so me and my sister butting heads all the time. That necessarily wasn't always fun stuff that was going on, but it was home. It was what I knew. It was what I was used to. And needless to say, again, my sister did not feel that way. I feel so bad, Rhonda. My bad, sis. My bad. But I've gotten so much better because actually as I got older and I actually moved out on my own, my first apartment, baby, this girl was clean teen. You hear me? Clean teen. One of my great memories, I would have to say, that when my oldest got moved into his first house by himself. Okay, yes, come through. He gave me a call, and I was actually at a show, and he, let me know he was going to be giving it a good old-fashioned Lonnie cleaning. So I was like, okay. I got excited for that. My big sis would be proud, wouldn't she? Yes, she would. But getting things cleaned, organized, put together, and in order is very indicative of what I was then experiencing then in my life. I was living life as a military spouse. And so I'm not saying that this is the case for everybody, okay? I'm just saying for me, okay? I needed to have order, baby. I needed to know where stuff was going. So going from one duty station to the next, I needed to know where we were moving to. Okay, number one. And then I began scouting the area like nobody's business. Okay, where's the closest hospital? What schools? Yeah, because I need to know the schools. And then I need to know what environment are we going to be in? What's the surrounding areas? And then get there and baby, get to driving around. I got to explore. They called me Dora the Explorer because I was like, listen, I got to get to where I need to get to. Okay. I need to make sure that wherever I go, I know how to be able to make it back home. But most importantly, I needed to know my surroundings. So it was very important for me to know where the surroundings were, how to be able to get back and forth, and knew how to be able to shuffle in between. This was a part of normalcy that I needed to have, and things that were always constantly changing. Can we back it up to middle school? Let's back it up to middle school, shall we? I was actually talking to a girlfriend of mine, and I was talking to her about, just kind of going back and looking at some things because I'm in the midst of doing some things. And I realized that there was a trauma that actually took place with me when I was in the 7th grade. I was actually auditioning for a play, y'all. Yes, and I landed the lead role. Yes, honey. Listen, I had to sing my way. I had to act my way. I had to go ahead and bring props. And I had to learn a part of the skit, which was part of the script. Okay. So your girl did the thing. Okay. Yes, I did. But then the traumatic thing happened. Had to move. You have understand how traumatic that is for a young girl in the 7th grade. I basically beat out this chick that always got the lead roles in the first doggone place, okay? Because she needed to go, okay? There needed to be a new star on the horizon. And me and my girl Nakia was like, yo, she getting up out that spot. It's about time for some new blood to get in there. And so I was only too excited. And Nakia actually got spot number 2 where she actually got to select where she wanted to do. So we were both very, very excited about it. I landed that role. I had already started learning the script to it. And I was just so amped up and excited. And only to be able to have the rug pulled out from up underneath me because then we had to move. I was not happy about that because I loved the middle school that I was in. I had family around. I had friends. I had already cultivated friends and, my friends. And then to go ahead and leave. And it was just like, oh, I was already doing a lot. I was doing cheerleading. Yeah, I know. I may not look like I was a cheerleader, but I was a cheerleader, okay? So I was a cheerleader. And then I was involved in, I think I was involved in choir. And then I was also a part of the acting classes and stuff like that. So I was excited about it. And so that was a traumatic situation that happened. And honestly, after that particular incident, I decided I'm not going to participate in anything in school anymore. It rocked me that deep. Yeah. So I didn't try to get started in anything until high school, but then I had my own little traumatic situation that happened. Nobody's fault, but this one over here, just saying. Well, me and somebody else. But anywho, I digress. So having organization in my life, so I knew what to expect. That was when I felt like I needed to gain control, okay? Start getting things organized, to know where I'm going, to be able to help me, because living with the clutter just wasn't working anymore. So I want to begin to go ahead and for us to start to get into this particular series of decluttering our lives. Begin the decluttering process. It's going to be so beneficial and helpful for you. Even if you already started your 2022, I'm working on this body yaddy baby. Okay. Work on that body yaddy. But in addition to working on that body yaddy, let's go ahead and start working on our minds too, because that is actually going to be helping you in conjunction with that body yaddy anyway. Because while you're working out, you are going to need to make sure that you're getting the proper amount of rest. But you can't necessarily be getting the proper amount of rest that's needed for your body and your muscles to be able to recuperate as you're going ahead and you're building or you're losing, whichever end of the spectrum that you're on, if you're not getting the right amount of sleep. If your levels are escalated up, your cortisol levels are escalated up, then that means you're not getting the proper amount of sleep that you need to do every single night, that your body needs to have every night. Now, I'm just going to be honest. I don't work off of 8 hours of sleep. I don't. I'm good for a good about 4 or 5. I'm just being honest. Look, okay. The older I get, seems like the less sleep I need. I don't know. I wonder if my great aunt Ruth was, I always remember her behind being up. And I'm like, does this woman ever sleep? Her creative mind going all the time. And y'all, I have been in my creative here so much lately. So I do understand exactly what my great aunt Ruth was kind of going through with her stuff. But like I said, we are going to begin to declutter our mind. See exactly the effects that trauma actually has with clutter and how we can begin to be honest with ourselves and start to unpack it. Steps that we can actually be active in being able to do. So, are you guys ready for January of 2022 with the one, the only Jersey girl? I hope that you are. I'm excited about it. Hey, Monique. Hey. Monique popped up on the screen to say, hey. She make me think of what's happening. Hey. Oh, wait, that's Fat Albert. Not that one. But hey, darling, thanks so much for tuning in. Now, I did not get a chance to pop on earlier to go ahead and give you guys your motivational Monday message. So let's get motivated. It is 2022. I know they say new year, new me, all these wonderful news. Well, I'm not here to give you a new. I'm about to hit you with an oldie but a goodie. Do the work. Like, how motivating is that, Jersey girl? When you do the work, it is going to take the time to produce the best you. And the best you is the only person that you need to be in competition with. Nobody else. No other body type, height, or stature. You. You are your competition. So, up the ante. Make the decision to sit down and begin to examine you and all that you need to do to be the better you that you need to be. Nobody's perfect. Ain't nobody perfect up around here. I got plenty of areas that this sister girl need to be working on, okay? I don't need nobody else chiming in. Tell me what I need to work on, okay? I already know that there's plenty of areas I need to work on. And so these are the things that I need to be focusing in on. So do the work because you're worth it. You are so worth the work. And I hope that you can be able to hear that and know that with all sincerity from me to you. You are worth the work. So go ahead and get started with Jersey Girl as we begin to get into this series for the month of decluttering your mind. And it is going to show up on the outside. What goes in, baby, is going to come out. And no truer words were ever spoken. Okay? Now, Fun Fact Friday. Look here. I'm sorry I missed y'all on Friday. Hey, we were all out celebrating, okay? I was having myself a good old time. Yes, I was. I brought in a new year real nice like. I enjoyed myself. So I hope that you guys got a chance to go ahead and enjoy it. And, it was Fun Fact Friday, but it was also a holiday. And I know I said I'd give you guys a fun fact. So fun fact number 1, it was a holiday. Fun fact number 2, I enjoyed myself. And I hope that you enjoyed yourself too. I want you guys to make sure that you begin to go ahead and get in on this journey. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, baby, I don't know how many times I gotta say it. What is you waiting on? Oh, hold on. Let me tilt my head a little bit. Do you see this back here? Uh-huh. Yes, this lovely find you can be able to purchase for your own on JerseyGirlCozyNiche.com. Is she giving a shameless plug? Yep, sure I am. Get yourself on over there to JerseyGirlCozyNiche.com where you can go ahead and be able to pick up your merch, baby, those one-of-a-kind unique gifts. Did I tell you that I'm going to be doing some chess pieces? Oh, checkers? Anyone? Anyone? Games, entertainment, all this wonderful stuff. And this beautiful wall that you can see behind me, this flowers, and it's got lights in it. I hope you can see it. So you can be able to have that, or you can be able to have succulents. If flowers ain't your deal, because not everybody loves flowers. But as you can see, baby, this is the Queen Sweet. She is looking fine up in here. And them flowers is doing what they need to do. They're giving it what it gave, and then some and more. Okay, so that is it for this edition of Jersey Girl Cozy Niche. I want to say thank you guys again for tuning in tonight with me. I appreciate you guys so very much. That wraps it up for this edition of Jersey Girl Cozy Niche. Thank you guys so much for rocking out with us. Make sure that you hit that bell, the notification bell, so that way you can be notified every single time I go live or upload a new video. Because the YouTube channel is where you get your steak, potatoes, desserts, and drinks, baby. And that is it for this evening. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I surely do appreciate you. And thank you so much for all those that got a chance to pop in on the live. Make sure that you go ahead and share. And hey, make sure that you post down in the comments whether or not you caught this live or baby on the replay. And I will see you guys later.